Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. CPI Wednesday. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Rachel, Julie. Hey, Hunter. Hey, One Liner. I won't miss you this morning, One Liner. Hey, Paula. Hey, Success. My people are here. We're opening the day with an ES daily equilibrium. We have a NASDAQ 4-hour equilibrium going into CPI. Perfect. Thank you, Shake and Bake. AVPT chart request. No problem. Let me pull up AVPT on my options chain. They just have monthlies, and the implied volatility is pretty high, Hunter, just so you know. If implied vol is over 50%, you're better off selling than you are buying options. But AVPT, it does look good. Yeah, that's just a great chart. You had such a good eye on this one. We were talking about this one last year when it was $10 down here in August. So yeah, it looks good. I just don't know that I would go the options route. When you have monthlies, you're limited, and the liquidity is not that great. You have some $1 spreads, just for example, in the $20 calls for March. At yesterday's close, they had $1 spread. That's pretty big. But it looks good. 1892 is your 4-hour support. Hey, Visual Adrenaline, Taxi Driver. Hey, Ted, Jungle Cat, Jim. You want to sell covered calls to collect premium. All right. Then you want to sell a little bit more out the money. I would go $22 calls. I would look at the $22 calls. Good morning. Good morning. We have CPI. They're expecting year over year 2.9. Let's see. Fed Chair Powell testifies again at 10 a.m. Oil inventory and more Fed speak today. So let's go look at our levels for CPI. Let's look at ES. Let's make it easy on ourselves. 6,100 is key resistance and 6,058 is key support. So remember, we want to mark off the initial reaction high and reaction low, and then give it some time. And then if that reaction high and low holds, then that's good for stabilization. If you get a break of the initial reaction high or low, that could be a trending day. That's something to take note of. Yeah, addressing bad habits. I will be talking about forming good habits not next Thursday, in 2 weeks for a webinar, and we'll be discussing how to form good trading habits. Just a heads up, that will be a free webinar. And also in the video description of this YouTube link right now is the Options 101 course. If you just want to peruse that, there's a free ebook on options. Good morning, Alnick. Ahmad. ENPH. It looks pretty sickly. Big daily upper wick. I mean, CPI reaction will have a lot to do with all of our charts. But yes, you could look for an hourly low or high compared to yesterday's high. You could look for that top fish setup success. Yeah, SMCI had a mixed reaction after it released earnings yesterday, and now it's having a bull reaction. SMCI is the one that had Ernst & Young walk out. They're breaking over this 42.88. That becomes a key level going forward. Gap rules apply as long as we hold yesterday's high, 42.39. That is a long signal. SMCI should have some decent volatility today. Intel looks good. CPI in less than 2 minutes. Intel's breaking out again this morning. We have this $22.41 key resistance here. I would be a bear, looking to be a bear up here if things slow down. And then you could keep it on back burner watch after this big move yesterday and this morning. Gap rules apply as long as we hold 21.88. Bulls are in control. RUM has a weekly equilibrium. 1006 is key support. Daily, we're at the daily 50 MA. We're right there right now. Your next support below 1110 is 1059. So you're at the daily 50 MA. Bulls need to step in sooner than later to save this weekly EQ. I do like that it's at the daily 50 MA. That's a nice area to buy typically. And we haven't tested that area since November. 30 seconds until CPI. I'm going to look at ATAI real quick. Daily inside bar. Nice hourly squeeze. I like this. This looks, volatility is likely incoming. Key support 219, 214. Resistance 235, 244. Let's bring on the CPI. I'm going to stay on ES. I have my levels marked. And VIX broke bear this morning. If that is a small clue for us, we lost hourly support. That would make me look a little more bullish. But let's see what CPI is. It's a binary event. All right, ES is dropping down. We broke yesterday's support. Now we're looking down at 6014. 6014. So CPI was higher than expected, higher than expected. So we'll see if this is bad news or bad news is good news. That means that the interest rate cuts have not been effective as Feds would have liked. We're not stabilizing CPI. Inflation is going higher. Does that mean we could get more cuts? Maybe. We're still inside the daily equilibrium, 6014. 6014. We are at historical bounce area for ES on the 5-minute. That doesn't always mean a lot when it's news related. Let me look at NASDAQ. Yeah, NASDAQ is at key support area. We lost the 4-hour EQ bearish, but we're still inside the daily EQ. My news channels stink this time of morning. Nobody wants to type fast. All right, I'm not getting overly bearish until we break the daily support. All right, we're getting near a bottom fish level on ES. 1-minute RSI is 8. As long as we're holding 6014. I'm watching, waiting. 1 second. We got to find a temporary bottom. This is not a temporary bottom here. On NQ 21418. Okay, let's see if we can bounce here on NQ from 21,500 area. Let's see if we can bounce. We're holding 6014 on ES. And on NQ, we're holding 21,418. All right, we're getting a little bounce here, if you took that long. All right, now we're going to jump into the charts so I can give you a rundown of all of the charts. Now we have a bearish lean on the day. Let's see if bulls can recover this. We broke the 4-hour EQ bearish, but we're still inside the daily EQ. We marked the high and low of reaction. In this case, the low of the reaction is key. And we bring that forward. As long as that holds, that is some bullish defense. So mark your lows of the reaction. All right, now let's go look at our charts. So on ES, I'll say it one more time, 6014. Now on a bounce, odds favor an hourly lower high. With the size of this pullback, odds favor an hourly lower high. We'll see what bulls can do with this, if anything. Let's look at VIX. So VIX had double daily inside bars break bull here. We got over 1666. So we had a bull break on VIX. Now that is not a commencing bull break yet. But market bulls have a lot of work to do if they want to scare the bears off. All right, NASDAQ. On a bounce, you're looking for a 15-minute lower high. So now the question is, the bounce is starting. How big is the bounce? If at all, if we get a bounce, which we should, even if it's temporary, how big is the bounce? Is it a bear flag, or do we set up an equilibrium? That'll be the question today. This retracement level will be key going forward. So we're still holding the low of the reaction right now, just barely. What is the size of the retracement? And let me draw that for you real quick. Okay, we're going back to test the lows now. We need to get over 21,660 in order to negate any type of bear flag if this low were to hold, but it doesn't look very secure. The lows do not look secure right now. RTY down 2%. So your Russell's getting hit harder. Your small caps, your higher risk names are getting hit harder than NQ and ES. We have RTY down 2%. That tells me immediately to keep Russell on 5-minute overbought watch, looking for a top fish for a 5-minute lower high, 15-minute lower high on the Russell. Okay. Now we broke the low of the reaction on ES, but yep, and on NASDAQ. Let's see if bulls can defend. We only broke it by $6 so far. Dow, we broke the low of the reaction. Dow is down 1%. We still have a daily higher low here at 44,100. When I see how close we are to 44,000 psychological, I like to go set an alert. I want to know if we hit 44,000 psychological. These psychological levels on futures can really be key levels. Watch those levels. Semis were breaking the low of yesterday. That's important. Now, will this gap down hold into market open is the question. It's all about 247.41. Bulls need to reclaim the low of yesterday before market open, which we have 53 minutes. Right now, it doesn't look good. Yep, Russell being taken to the woodshed. For sure. Hang Seng was up big overnight, up 2.64%. That was a pretty big move on Hang Seng overnight. DAX is still currently green, not getting flustered or taken out yet by the CPI. Bitcoin's getting taken out. Bitcoin lost daily support. So Bitcoin is in the same category. Let's see, what do I want to do? So risk, names, IWM, and crypto are getting hit harder when there's market uncertainty. That is a routine occurrence, and that's what's happening right now. I see MSTR in the request, so MSTR will likely be a short today with this Bitcoin heaviness. Bitcoin on a bounce, you'll be looking for an hourly lower high. And this is really messing up Tesla bounce plans for those of us who had Tesla bounce plans. This is kind of muddy in the waters. Ethereum is holding the low of yesterday, which is different. We broke it by $2. That's a double bottom for now. So it's holding on a little bit better than Bitcoin. We're still looking for an hourly lower high on a bounce. Dollar is screaming higher. We got a daily higher high by a smidge. This is a potential 2-minute bear flag, 2-minute bull flag. So that is bringing down gold. Gold is looking for a daily higher low. Hourly is not oversold yet. If and when gold gets to hourly oversold, bulls will be scouting a daily higher low. So gold on a bounce, you're looking for a 15-minute lower high. However, the daily is still set up okay. Oil, we have inventory today. Daily lower high is set with this hourly downtrend, potential hourly bear flag. We are looking for a daily higher low on oil. NG really not getting impacted much by CPI. Okay, NQ drop is slowing just a bit. NG has made enough room for an hourly higher low. Apple had a big day yesterday on the news of Baba and Baba working with Apple to add AI to smartphones, but it's getting hit now with the rest of the market. Odds favor an hourly higher low on Apple with the size of yesterday's move. Bulls will be looking for an hourly higher low on Apple. We're oversold right now in the 15-minute. Oversold means less to me in pre-market. If it's oversold at market open while holding 22813, then that could be a look for a potential long. Amazon had double daily inside bars going into market open or into CPI. We're breaking it bare right now. But if bulls can climb up above 230.13 before market open, we salvage this daily inside bar. This could be a daily bear flag. So I think this could be a decent play looking for the break of these double daily inside bars. If bulls can open up above 230 and then break down below 230, then you could take that break. You don't want to take it once the move's already happened. Baba is up 3%. Baba is up huge. So I'm going to give you two plays with Baba. On the monthly, we're here at resistance, 117.82. I like a top fish against 117.82 if we get a minor trend change close to that. And then I like a back burner setup. 5 minutes already hit. So I like a 15-minute back burner for a long on Baba after these big moves. But I like the top fish first against 117.82. NVIDIA, we're up against the daily 50 MA, looking for a week. If I'm screaming, I'm sorry. I don't mean to scream. But, you know, I'm just talking. We're looking for a weekly lower high up against the daily 50 MA. And we were opening today with a nice hourly equilibrium and squeeze. Not all squeezes fire long. Squeeze, all it means is we have tightening of the Keltner channel and the Bollinger Bands, and that we have incoming volatility. We're reclaiming the low of yesterday, 131.02. So we'll see if NVIDIA opens back up inside yesterday's range. A test of 133.90 could be a top fish level on NVIDIA. I really like this EQ going into open. We're breaking bear right now. We'll see how this unfolds. RX, this is an unusual Queen of the Mountain for me because it's a larger term time frame chart. We have earnings Tuesday, March 4th. Y'all look at this squeeze on this weekly chart and this nice weekly tightening range, nice daily tightening range, nice daily squeeze. 4 hour is squeezing. It looks a little more bearish on the 4 hour than the daily and the weekly. I like a bottom fish of this 715 area on RX. Stop out if 710 is lost. Looking for a swing long, with this weekly holding the 50 RSI and holding the weekly key EMAs. Tesla is on the Queen of the Mountain list, as you can imagine, after being beat down. It got daily oversold yesterday. It closed right above daily oversold. I'm looking for a dead cat bounce in Tesla. Unfortunately, we got the bounce in pre-market, and now CPI is bringing it back down. Your key levels 320. On the daily, we have some levels down here. 324.68 is a gap, and then your next gap is 255.28, then 218.72. Not all gaps have to be filled. We do want to make note of this 320 pre-market level. If bears get aggressive on this down move, then I want to get aggressive in buying this long and looking for a bounce on Tesla. Not loud at all? Okay, good. I could talk to y'all forever. I have to shut up in 5 minutes and go over to our community and open up the live stream there. I take the members through the first 30 minutes before market opens, and then after market opens, and any live trades I see, I take. UPST is on the back burner watch list. UPST is up 20% on earnings. It's not through this key 88.95, but I think you could keep this one on back burner watch. 5 minute already hit. So now 15 minute. 5 minute has a tweezer bottom here. I'm typing this in our chat room. Okay. Our team is trading Tesla. If you want to see what our chat room looks like, so this was Dan this morning at 5 a.m. doing a bed trade on Tesla, and he just reloaded. So it's nice to see some of our professional traders, and by professional, I mean they're full-time day traders with a proven track record who openly trade. Okay, UPST is bouncing from that 5 minute oversold tweezer bottom. That was a nice look. So it's really nice to be able to trade alongside these traders that have years of experience, and they're ninjas. And I had a mentee that I was mentoring. He's like, I want to be a killer. And I'm like, we trade alongside some killers ourselves. Okay, NVDA looks like it's trying to do a little inverse head and shoulders here above yesterday's low. Let me look at MSTR because I mentioned that earlier. MSTR had this double daily inside bar break bear yesterday. It's right above yesterday's low of 318.70. You just have to watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's not bouncing, you have to be careful. Bitcoin is bouncing now after that daily bear break. Bears will still be looking for a 15-minute lower high. And let me type this out. Reverse back burners are your friend on names where an hourly lower high is the more likely scenario, okay? Oh, I didn't show my table. It was looking more bullish than bearish this morning. Also, if you could give me a follow on X at CharkAlLaurie. I hope to start posting more trade setups. I thought it was awesome that Kendrick Lamar gave me a shout out at Super Bowl with Lori on his jacket. He knows I love him and his music. So MSTR is breaking the low of yesterday. 308.90 is your next support. It doesn't look great. We're holding the low of yesterday as resistance. As long as that's the case, the gap down holds. That is a bear signal. All right, let's look at Tesla. Tesla, nice recovery. These ninjas straight out killed that. 15-minute higher low is now set at 325.80. Then your next support 325, then 320. I will likely be trading Tesla today almost exclusively. It's my number one trade idea for the day is trading Tesla. I'll be looking more long than short, looking for stair steps and tightening ranges for scalps and a possible swing. All right, that is it for the pregame show. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. Give me a follow on X at CharkAlLaurie. Check out our Options 101 PDF book that's in the YouTube description below. And join me every Wednesday for pregame show. All right, TCG members, I'll see y'all in 10 minutes.